Hey everyone, I'm Christine and this is Mental Mayhem. And this video is on narcissistic mothers, and I'm struggling with it. I'm not going to lie. I probably hit the replay button, record, stop, whatever, 20 times. And I believe it's likely because it goes against the grain of, love and respecting your parents and such. But the truth is, if you have a narcissistic mother, the rules are a little bit different. Kind of feels like it is. But it's necessary to talk about it. So I'm going to try to persevere. Forgive me if I stutter or stammer a little bit. Trying to stop saying okay every other sentence. Trying to improve. But the effects of a narcissistic mom on their kids. We all know that parents are our foundation, since we were born. They help shape us, mold us, protect us. We trust them. We believe what they say. Right? The thing is with narcissistic parents, mothers, is that for our formative years, I believe that we pretty much go along with it. It's normal. Why wouldn't we? And maybe it's not until we really start developing our own thoughts and opinions and conclusions on things that the friction can become felt. To the narcissistic mother, the children are an extension of themselves. They're not really individuals. They're an extension of the mother's thoughts, beliefs, desires, opinions, fears. And so when the child becomes of the age where they start developing their own individuality, becomes a conflict. That's when the child may start experiencing dismay, invalidation, ridicule, a little bit of shame thrown in there. All right. And if you happen to come from a family where there's siblings, you may realize that there is division among the family, among the kids. This may be due to a few different things, but it stems from the mother, the narcissistic mom. This could be by, for example, one child always excels more than the other. Seems to be the favorite. This could be due to gossiping, talking to one child about the other, then of course repeating it to the other child. This definitely happens in adulthood. So as you sit down and drink your cup of coffee with your mother and you're talking about your brother and sister, be mindful that it will be repeated, used to smear you, but they will not repeat what they had to say. All right? And you'll find that they are the ones that started, but I'm getting ahead of myself. As I was saying, you're viewed as an extension of them. They tend to force their ideas, their expectations on you. All right? If they wanted to be a professional skier, you take your pick. The child is probably going to be skating or skiing, whatever it may be. If the child happens to excel with this, guess what? You're not going to be validated. Jealousy is going to spur the narcissist. They're going to probably resent you for being as good as you are. This could be in any field, anything. I don't care if it's your looks. I don't care if it's your skills, your studies, whatever it is. This is what happens. All right. Though, ironically, they probably brag to their friends that will listen to them about how good you are, how well you're doing, how successful you are as a grown-up, as an adult. All right. But it's not to really celebrate you. It's for them to get their pat on the back. All right. They did such a great job raising you. Okay. A lot of this is going to be self-serving for them. We often talk about gaslighting with narcissism. How many times have you heard the phrase from your mother? I didn't say that. You just imagined that. You took it wrong. I didn't mean it like that. Your sister doesn't do that. Your brother doesn't do that. It's only you. You're nothing like me. Kind of an oddball. You're nothing like me. And that's not as a compliment, even though it kind of is. They just don't realize it. But they mean it as an insult. You think weird. You are weird. All right. It goes on and on. There's so many different phrases that can be used, but I imagine if this is your situation, that likely you've heard at least one, if not two of them. They don't validate And they may shame you for being different than what they are. All right, they may make you feel less. The thing with the narcissistic mother, she's very powerful. And there's things that I could do an hour video on that you could probably relate to or understand. But here's the thing. What's really happening? The child grows up. They start experiencing other people, other families. They start seeing how they are different. And that light bulb goes off in their head. And they start realizing that they have been raised in an unhealthy environment. With that will eventually come the realization that they were never validated. Possibly that they do not really know themselves because other opinions, desires, like I said, fears have been pressed on them. What they wanted, what they dreamt of was always diminished, put down, and smothered. So what you have is an adult product of someone who really does not know themselves. And it's really disheartening. And when that person realizes that without that foundation, without the healthy support that they could have had, the accomplishments that they possibly could have reached. That's a sad thing about having a narcissistic mother. Some people never realize they'll spend their entire lives fighting against things, going along with others to appease them, to get their validation, to get their approval, because this is the type of environment they've been raised in. They may even marry someone who is like their mother to continue the cycle because that's what they're used to. And they never broke out of it and they never realized it, not day one. And what it says, they will never accomplish what it is that they can actually accomplish, the wonderful, great things, because they had never had that approval, that validation, that celebration of who they are, how they think, what they want to create. So that is the dangers of having a narcissistic mom. If you really want to get down to it, like I said, I can make an hour video and talk about everything that can be said, everything that can be done. But the bottom line at the end of the day is if you have any inclination, any thought that you may have been raised in a healthy environment by a narcissistic mom, possibly dad, I do implore you to seek help with this, because it's really not a joke, because you are so capable of doing wonderful things. You're so capable of excelling and reaching the stars and doing what it is that's pressed upon your heart. And because the foundation, the much needed nurturing foundation that you didn't have as a child was not there, don't let that hold you back. Don't let somebody else hold you back. All right? Just throwing it out there, being your cheerleader, because I think you're worth everything and you are capable of doing anything that your heart dreams of. Now, I like this video. I'll publish this one. We'll see you guys later.